our land, why do you create me to be ugly and skinny?
In a beautiful African village, Ugoma was born as the only child of the king and the queen. She was expected to be a lovely princess. However, from birth, Ugoma was extremely skinny, with frizzy hair and dry skin. This made her the subject of whispers among the villagers, who often gossiped and pointed fingers, wondering why the king's daughter was so skinny. "She's as dry as bony fish," one villager would say, while others will whisper, "The title princess doesn't befit her at all." Despite the cruel comments, Ugoma grew up disregarding them. She never confronted anyone. Instead, she prayed to the gods to make her healthy and beautiful like the other girls in the village. Ugoma tried everything to gain weight, from eating juicy chicken and eggs to fufu and protein-rich soups. However, no matter how much she ate, she never gained any weight. The king and the queen consoled her, reassuring her not to worry, but Ugoma couldn't help feeling sad and inadequate. She
Gods of our
often cried
land,
and
why
asked
do
the
you create
gods
me to be
why she was so
ugly and
skinny and
skinny?
ugly.
Gods.
Concerned for his daughter's happiness, the king decided to take the matters into his own hands. He sent the town crier to announce that whoever married Ugoma would inherit half of his wealth and take charge of the kingdom until a crown prince was born. As soon as the announcement was made, suitors from all over the kingdom flocked to the palace, seeking for Ugoma's hand in marriage. However, Ugoma was not impressed. She knew they were only after his daddy's wealth and power. Feeling disgusted and irritated by their desperation and pretense, Ugoma decided to take the matters into her own hands. She packed a small bag and told her parents, "Papa, Mama, I'm going to find my true soulmate, the one who will make my heart beat, the one who will love me for who I am. Please give me your blessings. I promise to return soon." The king and the queen were saddened about their daughter's decision, but gave their blessings and wished her farewell. Ugoma thanked her parents and set off on her journey, determined to find true love and happiness. She traveled to a faraway village where she started living as a commoner. Villagers stared at her in surprise, and some even laughed and mocked her. But Ugoma did not let the cruel words affect her. She kept her head high and focused on finding her true love. One day, while she was fetching firewood, she met a handsome young man named Oke. He offered to assist her, and she gladly accepted. That was the start of their friendship, and soon they were spending all their times together. Oke was kind and gentle. He never asked Ugoma unnecessary questions and accepted her for who she was, skinny and not conventionally attractive. Ugoma found herself falling deeply in love with Oke. As they sat together under the stars, Oke told Ugoma stories of his childhood and his dream for the future. Ugoma listened, entranced, feeling like she had finally found her true soulmate. However, little did Oke know that the girl he had fallen in love was actually a princess. And little did Ugoma know that Oke had a secret of his own, one that could change everything. As days turned into weeks, the friendship between Princess Ugoma and Oke blossomed into a romance that neither of them could ignore. They spent hours exploring the village, laughing together and sharing secrets. Oke showed Ugoma the hidden gems of the village, from secret waterfall to the ancient trees that whisper secrets to the winds. In turn, Ugoma shared her love of stories with Oke. She told him tales of ancient lifestyles and traditions. He listened, captivated as the words came alive in his imagination. As they spent more time together, Ugoma found herself falling deeply in love with Oke. She loved the way he smiled, and how his eye crackled at the corner when he laughed. Despite their feelings for each other, Princess Ugoma and Oke never spoke of love or the future. They simply enjoyed the present, enjoying each other's company and the beauty of the world around them. One day, as they sat together on the hill overlooking the village, Oke turned to Princess Ugoma and asked about her past. "Where did you come from?" he asked, his eye full of curiosity. "What brought you to our village?" Princess Ugoma hesitated, uneasy of how much to refute about herself. She had kept her true identity a secret, afraid of being rejected or ridiculed. But as she looked into Oke's eyes, she saw only kindness and compassion. "I came from a faraway kingdom," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "I was born into a life of luxury and privilege, but I was never happy. I was always different, always an outcast. So I left, seeking a new life and a chance to find true happiness." Oke listened attentively as Princess Ugoma spoke of her childhood and her journey to the village. He sensed the pain and sadness in her eyes, and his heart went out for her. "I'm glad you came. I'm glad you came here," he said, taking her hand into his. "I'm glad I got to meet you." Princess Ugoma smiled, feeling a sense of peace and belonging that she had never known before. "I'm glad too," she replied, her voice filled with emotion. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the village, Princess Ugoma and Oke sat together in a comfortable silence. They watched as the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, feeling their hearts beating as one. In that moment, Princess Ugoma knew that she had found her true love. She knew she would never let him go, and she would spend the rest of her life making him happy. Oke too realized he had found his soulmate. He felt he would love Ugoma forever and would do everything to make her happy. As the night wore on, Princess Ugoma and Oke sat together, lost in their own little world of love and happiness. They were aware they would face challenges and obstacles in the future. They were ready to confront them together. With a heart full of love and a spirit high with hope, Princess Ugoma and Oke drove off to sleep, surrounded by the beauty and the magic of the night. As the days turned into weeks, their love for each other continued to grow. They spent every waking moment together, exploring the village and the surrounding countryside. However, despite their deepening love, Oke seems to be hiding something from Princess Ugoma. She couldn't quite put her finger on it, but she sensed there was more to Oke that met the eyes. One day, as they sat together on a hill overlooking the village, Oke turned to Princess Ugoma with a serious expression. "Ugoma, I have something to tell you," he said, his voice trembling slightly. "It's something that could change everything between us." Princess Ugoma's heart skipped a beat as she wondered what Oke could possibly reveal. "What is it?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Oke took a deep breath before speaking. "I'm not who you think I am," he said, locking his eyes onto hers. "I'm not a commoner from this village. I'm actually a prince from a faraway land." Princess Ugoma's jaw dropped in shock. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. "A prince?" she repeated, her voice shaking with surprise. "I know it's a lot to take in," he said, a sleepy grin spreading across his face. "But I wanted to be honest with you. I wanted to tell you the truth about who I am." Stunned, Princess Ugoma looked into Oke's eyes and saw the same kind and gentle soul she had fallen in love with. Stunned, Princess Ugoma looked into Oke's eyes and saw the same kind and gentle soul she had fallen in love with. "Why do you keep it a secret?" Princess Ugoma asked, her curiosity getting the better of her. Oke looked shocked. "I wanted to win you over without the burden of my royalty title. I wanted to see if you would love me for who I am, not just for my wealth and my status." Princess Ugoma smiled, feeling a sense of relief wash over her. I love you for who you are, she said, not for your title or your wealth. Oke's face lighted up with joy and pulled Princess Ugoma into a tight hug. I'm so glad to hear that, he said, his voice muffled against her shoulder. As they hugged, Princess Ugoma knew she had made the right decision in trusting Oke. She believed their love was strong enough to overcome any obstacle, including the secret they had kept from each other. A few days later, Oke took Princess Ugoma to his village. When he introduced her to his family, his parents, the king and the queen, were stunned by Princess Ugoma's physical appearance. However, as they got to know her warm personality, bright smile and kindness, they welcomed her into their family with open arms. They were overjoyed to see their son so happy. I knew that Oke and Princess Ugoma were meant to be together. They gave their blessing for the both to get married. With the king's and queen's blessings, Princess Oke and his family, accompanied by some guards, followed Princess Ugoma back to her village. They met with her family, introduced themselves, and asked for her hand in marriage. The king and queen were surprised to see Prince Oke and his family, but were happy to see their daughter so in love. They welcomed Prince Oke and his family into their palace and began making arrangements for the wedding. As the wedding preparations got underway, Princess Ugoma and Prince Oke couldn't help but feel excited and nervous. They knew that their love was strong enough to overcome any obstacle and were eager to start their new life together. With the blessings of both families, Princess Ugoma and Prince Oke got married in a beautiful ceremony surrounded by their loved ones. They exchanged vows, promised to love and cherish each other for the rest of their lives. As they danced at the reception, Princess Ugoma and Princess Oke knew that their love would last a lifetime. They felt they had found soulmates in each other and were grateful for every moment they spent together. They lived happily, ruling their kingdom with kindness, wisdom, and love. After the wedding, Princess Ugoma and Prince Oke embarked on a romantic honeymoon, traveling to different parts of the kingdom, harmonizing themselves in each other's cultures and traditions. Their love for each other grew stronger with each passing day, and they were inseparable. One day, while visiting a small village in Prince Oke's kingdom, they stumbled upon a group of children playing in the streets. With her kind and gentle heart, Princess Ugoma couldn't resist joining in their fun. She played with the children. Prince Oke watched her with a warm smile on his face. As they were leaving the village, one of the children ran to Princess Ugoma and handed her a small bouquet of flowers. "Thank you for playing with us, Princess Ugoma," the child said, looking up at her with a big shining eyes. Princess Ugoma was touched by the child's kindness and hugged her tightly. Prince Oke watched the heartwarming scene, feeling grateful to have found a wife who was not only beautiful and intelligent but also kind and compassionate. As they continued their journey, Princess Ugoma and Prince Oke encountered many touching moments, meeting people from all walks of life and sharing their own stories. One evening, as they sat on a hill overlooking a serene lake, Prince Oke turned to Princess Ugoma with a mischievous grin. "I have a surprise for you," he said, taking her hand in his. Princess Ugoma's curiosity was piqued, and she closed her eyes as Prince Oke led her to a small, beautiful crafted wooden boat waiting by the lake. As they glided across the water, Princess Ugoma felt a sense of peace and tranquility wash over her. She opened her eyes to find Prince Oke smiling at her, his eyes shining with love and admiration. "I wanted to give you a special gift," he said, "a gift that will show you how much I love and cherish you." Princess Ugoma was deeply touched by Prince Oke's thoughtful gesture and she hugged him tightly. "Thank you," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "This is the most beautiful gift I've ever received." As they sat together in the boat, watching the sunset over the lake, Princess Ugoma knew she had found her true soulmate in Oke. She realized that their love would last a lifetime, and she was grateful for every moment they spent together. The next morning, Princess Ugoma and Prince Oke returned to their palace, where they were greeted with a grand celebration. The soldiers had prepared a magnificent feast in their honor, and they spent the day eating, drinking, and dancing. As they danced together, Princess Ugoma rested her head on Prince Oke's shoulder, feeling happy and contented. She knew she had found her true home, not just in the palace, but in Oke's arms. As they swayed across the dance floor, Prince Oke whispered in her ear, "I love you, Princess Ugoma, forever and always." Princess Ugoma smiled, feeling her heart overfilled with love and joy. "I love you too, Prince Oke," she replied, her voice barely above a whisper. As the music came to an end, Princess Ugoma and Prince Oke shared a tender kiss. Surrounded by their sharing subjects, they knew that their love would be the stuff of legends, a love that would be remembered from generations to come. And so they lived happily ever after, ruling their kingdom with kindness, wisdom, and love. Thanks for watching.